Alright, in this video we're going to cover the RedBubble settings for Merch Titans automation. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to set up RedBubble properly so that you can use it with Merch Titans automation. So with that being said, you can see I'm logged into Merch Titans automation. I'm over on the home page and I have RedBubble enabled in the platform. So the first thing I need to do is upload my spreadsheet. So you'll click on the upload XLSX file and then upload in the upper right hand corner. And then select your spreadsheet. And you'll notice you'll have a preview of the data. You can quickly glance over and make sure everything looks good. So once everything looks good, you can click back and then go to RedBubble in the left menu here. That's where you're going to be presented with all of the setting options. So let's go ahead and move on to that. Now again, if you didn't set up your spreadsheet, go back and watch the spreadsheet video. It'll explain how to set up your spreadsheet properly so that you can get it ready for the app. So as you can see here, I'm on RedBubble, and the first thing you're going to be presented with is Save Login. I highly recommend you check this, and if you do, what happens is you log into RedBubble one time, it'll cache your username and login information inside your browser locally so that you don't have to keep logging in over and over. So I recommend you do that because it saves you a lot of time. Now reset login, let's say maybe you have multiple RedBubble accounts and you need to log into a different account and your other one's saved. What you can do is just click reset and then start the app and you'll be presented with a login form on the page. So that is how these two options work. Now template product URL. This is a big one, so you need to pay attention here. So we are now using templates on RedBubble because it gives you more control and flexibility over how your products look, how your design looks on each of RedBubble's products. So you need to set up a template before you use RedBubble. So let's go ahead and do that real quick so that you understand how it works. So you want to go over and log into your RedBubble account, and when you're logged in, you can go to your Manage Portfolio page and click Add New Work. So simply put, you need to upload one of your designs. Let me grab a file path here so we know where we're at. So you need to upload a design and then basically save it. That way you can copy it as a template and copy the template URL and use that template. So you want all your designs in general, just a rule of thumb, to all be the same dimensions. So these are 4500 by 5400 pixels, which I recommend you use for Merch Titans automation. That's how it's built. If you use that size of design file, it'll work better across the board for every platform. And you can use any type of design, but whatever you do, make sure when you're doing spreadsheets and you have a list of designs, make sure they're all the same dimensions, especially with RedBubble. Otherwise, you're going to run into issues. So I'm just going to call this template. I'm going to leave the rest of this blank. Now what I would need to do, and I'm going to keep this video short and simple so that you don't take too much of your time, but you need to understand how it works. So you can go through each of these products and adjust this design however you see fit. You can even change the colors if you like. You can even change it. Let's say maybe you wanted a pocket-like design on a shirt like this. You could change it like that, hit apply changes. What happens is it'll replace this image with your new image when you're using the template, and it'll be in the exact position, etc. on all of the products. So I'm going to leave that just like that. We're going to come over here. This needs to be a lot smaller. And then I'm going to quickly go through this. I'll probably disable most of these, but you get the idea here. So you got stickers, phone cases, phone wallets. Not sure entirely. I'll probably disable this one. That way the video can be short and sweet. Pillows are good. Again, always give yourself a little bit of extra room, a little extra padding, because you never know with your other designs how much of your template they're taking up. So you want them to all fit nicely. So that is why it's really important that your designs are the same dimension, 4500 by 5400 pixels. That's what I recommend. So you just go through every product. Everything looks good here. Make sure you go through the popular products. Stickers sell extremely well in RedBubble, so always make sure they look good. Mugs sell pretty well. Merchandise like t-shirts and all that sells well as well. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and let's adjust a few more of these. Don't want to waste too much time here. But you basically go and upload one product based on your spreadsheet that is exact dimensions as all the other designs. Make sure it's positioned well. Again, there's extra padding. And then save it, which we're going to do in just a second here. Let me just disable the rest of these so we can move quicker. Actually, I'll just real quickly, we'll adjust all these. Enable these, enable your bath mats. That might be a little too big. Disable water bottles, wood, and canvas. We can enable these. Everything probably already is good here, but just to be sure, I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. Let's go down about 90. So really, everything's going to be different for you. You're using a different design, but just make sure there's always a little extra space, because depending on all your other designs you're uploading at the same time, you want to make sure that you're using maybe the largest design when you're setting up your template that takes up most of the template space. That way everything else is a little bit smaller and will fit nicely on all the products. Disable these. I believe we'll disable everything. Yeah. So now I have this done. I basically just need to submit this. Not mature content, and you can choose a default view. I'm going to go stickers because they seem to sell the best on RedBubble. And that should be it. So now real quick, I'm going to go through and put this tab on the other screen. So I can go through and enable the products that I have enabled in this template. Even though you don't have to, I just want it to be coherent across the board. So standard, large print, sleeveless tank top. I don't have chiffon tops. Graphic t-shirt. None of those are enabled. A-line dress is enabled. Stickers and phone cases are. Phone wallets aren't. So what I'm doing is just comparing this to RedBubble on the other side. I have RedBubble on the other screen. And I'm looking through and making sure I have the right products enabled for this template. You don't have to do this. Again, you can enable whatever you want. But if you didn't go through and adjust the sizing of your design on all these products, then it may look bad on a few products. You don't want that. Let's go through pillows and totes. 4 pillows, everything's good here. Leggings and mini skirts are not enabled. Scarves, table cases, and skins, drawstring bags, those are all enabled. Clocks, artboard prints, acrylic blocks, throw blankets, and wall tapestries. Yes, those are enabled. Bath mats, water bottles are not enabled. Wooden canvas mounted prints are enabled. And then cotton tote bags are enabled. Socks are not. Pin buttons are, but I actually need to adjust the sizing on that. Make sure it fits. And masks. Masks actually should definitely enable. It's really popular right now due to the pandemic. So that is enabled, and that is it. So that is how you set up a template. So now I'm going to bring this back over here. Once the template's set up, you want to save it. And once it's saved, we'll grab the template URL so you can see how that works. So really it takes a lot of time up front, but you only have to do it once. Now you can upload hundreds of products through this template, have everything optimized exactly how you want it optimized. So let me go ahead and show you how that works once this finishes up. Okay, let's go back to Manage Portfolio. That's where you want to go once it's done. You can see I named this one Template. Right click or click on the gear icon here and right click on Copy Settings. You want to right click and then you want to copy link address. So click that, and that is the template URL. So you want to come over here, click inside of this column, Control A to select everything, or you can just grab everything like this, hit backspace or delete, and then Control V to paste, or right click and click paste. So now we have the template URL. Everything's good there. Let's go down. Everything's good here. Is this mature content? Now that's moving on to the next setting. No, it is not. Everything's good there. And then advanced settings, again, you want to make sure your title column is mapped to the title column in the spreadsheet. So you can see here it is. If I go back to the spreadsheet, you can see the name of my columns. I have the headers here: image path, title, description, etc. So that's how we map it here. It's grabbing the top row to show you which is which. So title is going to be title, description is going to be description, and then tags is going to be tags. And the reason we did this is to make it really easy for you to map the columns exactly how you want. Maybe you want a custom spreadsheet with custom titles, descriptions, and tags for every platform. You can do that. You can save your spreadsheet, and then you can come into the advanced settings and map those columns accordingly. So that's why we added these options in. But that is it for our RedBubble settings. So let's go ahead and start. So click on the home page. You can see I only have RedBubble enabled. We have the spreadsheet selected and everything. So click Start, and then you'll be presented with a Manage page. This page allows you to select whatever products you want to publish or unpublish. You can see Uncheck All or Check All, or if you wanted to uncheck all and just select a few particular products. For instance, I'm not going to upload this first one. I'll skip that to show you. But you can see here, Publish. So I have everything else set to publish. So now I got exactly what I want. So you click Start Upload, and then it'll go out and launch Chromium. It'll check your spreadsheet to make sure your file paths are good first. And as you can see here, I actually reset the login, so I need to log into this account. It's one of my test accounts. And then once it logs in, it'll go out. See, it went to that template URL. So you can watch this happen. It's actually changed. It's going to change the image here shortly. There you go. So it's adjusting it to the second row. So there you have it. You can see everything stays the same due to the template, like this pocket style design here. And now it's putting in the data. So you got your title, your tags, and your description. And once it's done putting in the data, it'll go down to the bottom of this page and submit the product. I forgot to mention in your template, you can actually, if you want to change the background color for pretty much all products where possible, you would set that in your template and then save the template and copy again the template link and put it into the app. But that's how you can adjust it so everything's not just white. Or you can do it individually per product. You can change the colors, etc., however you like. But I do recommend making a template for dark designs and one for light designs, and then maybe one for off-color designs. And then that should do it for you. You can use those templates over and over and adjust them slightly if you need. But as you can see, this product's being submitted to RedBubble. It's being published. And once that is done, it's going to move on to the next row in the spreadsheet and upload the next design. It'll do that until every single design in your spreadsheet is done, or until you hit the daily cap for RedBubble. But that is how RedBubble works. So as that's running, it's going to run to the next one. So I'm going to minus out of that. You can see that it published this design. The reason it didn't do this one is if you remember correctly, we unchecked it. So now it's published this one and it's moving on to this one and so forth. But you can see this page is different. You can actually manage all your products here. You have filters for checking unfinished designs. So you can see it unchecked that one because it's done. And that becomes useful if you're uploading a lot of different designs and maybe Chromium had an issue and you exited it, or the automation stopped working for whatever reason. Everything's kept track of right here inside this manage page, so you can come in, uncheck finished designs, click start again, and then get the rest of your products uploaded. That way you don't have to go back and modify your spreadsheet, delete rows, or do any of that. You can handle it all right here inside the app. And another great thing about that, if I click back and go to the home page, if you click upload status, you could have multiple instances with the same spreadsheet or other spreadsheets. It'll cache the data. Our app will now cache the data from your spreadsheet inside the app, so that you can go back and select other spreadsheets and run different instances, and then come back to this page and manage everything. So even if I have another spreadsheet selected in the app and I'm about to start another uploading instance, all of the data for this spreadsheet is cached inside of our app, so that you can continue to work with multiple spreadsheets, multiple platforms at the same time, and have easy control and management of the entire process. So it's much more user-friendly than it used to be with version 2 of Merge Titans Automation, and this is only the beginning. Going forward, we'll be able to add more filters, more options to make it even easier to manage. But again, that is how RedBubble works. That's how you set up your RedBubble settings, your template, and everything. If you have any questions at all, make sure you reach out to support. We're here to help you. But that is it for this video. I will see you in the next one.